Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Power of Six call. My name is Verdita Monk, and I'm a Senior Presidential Director out of Atlanta. And I host this call every week to just inspire all of us, to get us all on one accord, all going the same direction. This call is for people who want to win, not for people who just want to be customers, but those people who really want to win. And so we're going to be talking about some things tonight that I know are going to get you on the right track. We happen to have a special guest on tonight, that is going to be sharing a subject with us. Let me go back to my Power 6 screen, who's going to be sharing some information with us that is very helpful. Now, some of you are familiar with the system that this whole call is designed around, the Power of 6. It says here that we're talking about enrolling 6 partners. That's the part that I want you to focus on. And that's only because the fact that you can literally, if you get the right 6 people who will duplicate, you can go all the way to the top of the company. And that's very, very important. Not 100 people, not 50 people, but only 6. And so it's going to take some mindset. It's going to take some focus. It's going to take some hard work. We're not saying this is easy. We're saying it's just simple. But what I like is every single week I get a chance to work right alongside you all and communicate with all of you, because I consider you like-minded, or you would not even be on this call. But the Power 6, the reason I came up with that system is to demonstrate, to show you that how lucrative this compensation plan is. See, many people are not even familiar with what a binary compensation plan is all about, but it is very, very lucrative. It creates momentum if you really know what you have your hands on, but it's not as hard as you might think it is. But we're talking about 6 figures per month in residual income, and that is not even the maximum you can make. That's just based on this system right here. Okay. So, but what I want to do is I want to introduce someone to you guys who I've grown to really admire and love. This man. He's doing so much in the ministry. He's a bishop out of North Carolina. His team is literally exploding. He has a whole lot of respect. A lot of people respect him for it, not only his ministry, but also his big business acumen. And so what he has done, I've seen him share this information before, but I asked him to come on here tonight because I want you to see how the average person does not really have to work that enroll a lot of people, but more so that they are doing the right things and doing it even if they're extremely busy. So what I want to do is I'm going to invite Bishop Larry Jackson on the call. And Bishop, this man is such an eloquent speaker. It makes me feel so uncomfortable just sitting on the same call with him. But he's such an eloquent speaker, and he's so brilliant, in my opinion. But Bishop, how are you doing this evening, first of all?
I am great. I hope you are doing good.
Well, absolutely, all the time.
And you said that just the way I wrote it. So I really appreciate that.
All right. Well, listen, Bishop, I know that your whole thought process behind this, what we're going to hear it from tonight, which is called the Power of One, is based on the fact that many people are extremely busy, yet they want to be successful, and you want to show them how they can do it. But I'm just going to let you have the floor and go ahead and articulate, what this Power of One is all about. So, Bishop Jackson, you got the floor.
Thank you so much. So I need to share my screen with you.
And I made you a co-host, so you should be.
All right, let's make sure I can do that. Hopefully you can see my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
I sure can.
Okay, great. And I am not going to, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to play the video because I'm not trying to set you up for anything. I'm just going to leave it like this and click down from here so that since you can see it well anyway, I'm just going to leave it this way this time. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to have an opportunity to talk with you guys. And as Vidita said, we want everybody to be successful in this awesome opportunity that we have our hands on. And in one of the things that I also was listening to Ken Ken Robinson talk about was the fact that we need to also talk about the business as much as we talk about the product. And it's very easy to talk about the product because the product is so awesome. I just today had someone that I patched in a parking lot that, instantly received pain relief with the ice waves. And it was he he's called me back talking about how can I buy 100 of these? And so it is really, really exciting to have the product, but there is a business side. And a lot of times when you're talking to people about the business side, they don't know necessarily how to navigate through that and to make all of that work. For those of us that are on this call, we know that we want to get that power of six happening in our lives. And for many of us, we've got more than six people, but we've got to bring those six people into leaders so that they can now function in the way they need to function. But to help someone in their mentality, because this whole business has to do with mindset. It really does. Once you get your mind in the right way and set right, then you can move in the way that you need to move. And so it's really a lot of mindset about the business side of this. So that's why it's so easy to talk about the product side, because we see the evidence of the product working and we know that it works. And so by knowing it worked, we can talk about that all day long and how well it did in this person's life and the testimonies and all of that. On the business side, we may not have that same level of confidence, and it will show if we don't have that same level of confidence. And so this power of one, what it does, it allows you to build, as Adita said, if you are busy, if you are a little unsure how to make this go as fast as you want to, or if you're overwhelmed in your mindset and say, I don't know how I'm gonna get six people. Well, let me tell you how to get one person. See, if you can get one person and you can duplicate that over and over and over, there is some great benefits to that. So I'm not trying to take all the time tonight. I've got about 10, 12 slides, and I'm going to go through them expeditiously. The power of one, there are some tools you need. There are some tools you need in order to make this happen. And so you need a ledger or a journal. You need something to write down the persons or the people you called. You're gonna see that in a moment. So you're gonna need a ledger or a journal. You need a contact list, and most of us have that walking around with these in our hands. So our contact list is here, but you need a contact list of people that you're going to contact. You need a calendar, and because you want to make sure that you're keeping yourself on track. Basically, let me go back. You want to run this as a business. You've got to deal with it as a business. You cannot deal with it as a side hustle. If you deal with it as a side hustle, this is not going to work for you. You've got to deal with this as a business, and you got to put on your business mindset. That's why I'm dealing with mindset. And once you put on your business mindset, now everything shifts. And so there are a lot of things that you're going to change. One of the things, let me say this as well, that I talk about in my training, you usually have to give up something to add something. And a lot of times people try to add things without giving up anything. And so you have to give up something to add something. I gave up a lot of things. I gave up a lot of things to add this in my life. I did. I had to. In order to make it happen, I had to give up some things so that I could make this work. Now, I can add those things back later as I get this at the success I want. But I had to let go some things. Okay. You need a phone/computer. I know all of you got that. You need product. You need the X39s. You got to have the X39s. You need the benefit cards. What are those? Most of you go on This Is It and get this card. These cards are phenomenal. Tell you how to patch yourself. Tell you the benefits. You can get the envelopes with it as well, and you can use this to send out the product. You can you can just give this to somebody and it looks more professional. You need a business card. The guy today, he said, Bishop, give me your business card. I didn't want him giving my church card because that's not what I was representing right there. So I had business cards, and naturally you need stamps. So these are just some few tools that you got to have because you're going to have to mail some of these patches, as you know. So you already know that. Okay. So all ongoing. So what's the process? Write out your list. That's the first thing. Write out your list. You've got to write out your list. We tell you that over and over and over. You hear that, from everyone, but you've got to take the time to write out your list. That is so important. And one of the other things is just following instructions brings blessing. I want you to hear that again. Following instructions brings blessing. And so if you want the blessings to come, I am Bishop Larry Jackson, by the way. So, I'm going to talk about some things that are kingdom related. But if you want blessings to come, you got to follow instructions. And there are so many people that want to do it their own way without following the instructions. Just follow the basic instructions and you'll see that this works. Establish your plan of attack. And how are you going to attack that list you wrote? Who are you going to call first? Who are the people on that list that you think should be called first? If you husband and wife working this together, you sit down and talk about who are you talking to? Who are you going to talk to first? How are you going to establish your plan? Follow a script. Write out a script. You don't and you don't even have to. You don't even have to do this. You can go on thisisit.com and you can get the scripts and info. You can get the script. So get your script and follow the script. Email and text is to set up a call only. Email and text is to set up a call. Please do not make it your way of primary contact. Okay? Too much can be read into it and misunderstood. So text somebody to set up the call. Make the call. Now, we're going to make the call. We're going to talk about how to get this one person, but you got to make a call. Okay? Then, when you make that call, what you're going to do is lead that prospect to a Zoom meeting like this, like Vidita's Tuesday meeting. Like our meetings are usually on Sundays at 6. Right after we've done church and all that kind of stuff, come home, we do 6 o'clock. Then follow up to answer questions. You need to follow up with your prospects. If they make the Zoom call, you follow up with them to see if they've got any questions. You've got to do that. Then after you can do that and you get them to the point you can send the form from the app to sign up. I'm telling you, the app form is the best way to sign anybody up in this organization. It takes all the headache out of it. It works that way. So those are the two things I want to tell you first. And now we can get into what is this power of one and how does it function? How can you help somebody to understand that everybody can do this? It's really, really, really that simple. Everybody can do this, okay? So what I want you to see here is, and we're going to walk down this little chart, and all you're going to do, you got a left and a right leg, everybody knows that, and we want to get everybody to be a silver or above, and we want them to be carrying 110 PV, okay? So that's what we want to happen in each of our, on each side of our leg. We want that. So what we want to do though, each one, we want to sign up one person per month. That's all we want to do. We want to sign up one person per month. Now, remember, don't get this confused. If you're running fast and you can get your 6, you can get your 12, you can get your 20. See, many of us, we got 20 plus people already we've signed up. So we understand that we could get more. But if you meet somebody and you're talking to somebody and they don't know how to get started and they want to get started, just say, look, all you got to do is think about one person to sign up in 30 days. If you notice over there, that's a 15-minute call because you're not trying to share everything about the business with them. I think that's a fallacy as well. You're trying to go into too much detail. You need to lead them to the Zoom calls where they can get more information. When you lead them to the Zoom calls, now they can get more information. So if you sign up your one person, your PIB, your product introductory bonus is going to be $50 at a silver level, and we're not even dealing with gold. We're going to stay right at silver level. So we're not even going to go. We understand what it needs to go. We need to do to get the bonus unlocked totally, but we're going to stay right at silver. We're going to just make this as simple as possible. The first month you sign up one person, you made your calls. You made your calls. You made a call a day. That's what you did. You made one call per day. One call per day. You took your list and you called somebody that day, and now you ask them, have they heard about this phenomenal business? Have you stem cell research, Well, I want to share this with you. I really want you to hear from somebody that knows more about this than me. So can you get on a call with me Okay. Not can you get on a call, but can you get on a call with me on Tuesday night? And I want you to hear what Verdita Monk is going to tell you about this phenomenal business. And don't forget that it is a business. And I guarantee you, out of making calls every day, you're going to get somebody on that call. There is no question about it. Okay. So when you do that and you sign up that one person, you've made $50. That's all you made because that's you just got one person. Okay. So in the second month, you're going to do the exact same thing. Notice you didn't have any binary income per month. There is no binary income. You only have one person. So if you are starting out and you have nobody at all in your downline, nobody, all I want you to do is get you one person. Now, what you want to do though, is you got to get duplication. Duplication, this thing is all about duplication. So all you got to do is train someone to do what you're doing. Okay, do exactly what I'm doing. What am I doing? This is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna get my number one person to do what I'm doing. Okay, what? Write the list. Go through the checklist with them. Okay, and make one call and get them on a Zoom call. That's all we're doing. So it's duplicatable. It is not hard. This is not rocket science. But in the second month, you sign up your second person. The red circles represent you, your people that you signed up. And notice number one person now sign up their person. I put that 1A, but that's I took the 1A off, but you're going to see that green is that number one person. So everybody now get their one in a whole month, took them a month, and now we got 3 people. Okay, you made another $50. That's what you made. I'm not dealing with what they're making under you, but you made another $50. But you didn't get any binary bonus because there is no binary bonus to get at this point, right? Okay, so all you've done is made these calls, one call a day, 15 minutes, one call. What I tell everybody is this: make that call. If that person tells you, hey, look, I can't do it, I'm not interested, boom, that's your call for the day. Don't make another one. See, some people say, well, make one until you get a success. No. I'm going to make this as easy as possible because you can do that. If you are that gun ho, that person that's going to take over the world and going to make it happen, you can keep calling until you get one. That's fine. But for that person that doesn't know how this is going to work, make the one call. Make the one call. If they say yes, you got you one. If they say no, move on. And you're not making another call. You just made one call, 15 minutes. You made one call. You invited them to the call. You told them about what was going on with the stem cell and this patch, but you wanted them to hear it from someone else that knows more than you, and you're trying to get them to the call. They can't make it then. You can write their names there. You can come back to them later, but you're not going to anyone else. So we're making this really simple, ladies and gentlemen, please. So follow along, watch this. It's going to get really good in a minute. So hold with me. So I'm jumping down there. You know what? No, don't do that. I'm gonna jump here to month 3. Month 3, look at month 3. Okay, you've now sponsored personally from 3 people in 3 months, one person a month. Number one person to sponsor 2 people, and why? Because they're sponsoring one each month. Now, though, see that light blue down there? That means that the person, that green person that came in, they sponsored one. See the purple one? The purple one represents number 2 person sponsoring one. So now you got 7 people in your organization. You got 7 people in your organization. In 3 months, you got 7 people. Okay, this is just that simple. One a month, and in 3 months, you got 7 people. This is compounding, ladies and gentlemen. This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. So what happened is, again, you're gonna make another $50 because you got another brand partner. Number 3, your third brand partner at a civil level. So you're good to go. All right, everybody. So now watch. Now we go to month 4. Now I took the circles off because now you understand the concept. Because you understand the concept, I don't have to do the circles anymore. You know what's happening. Everybody is sponsoring their one. Every person is sponsoring their one in month 4. Look at this. In month 4, you got 15 people. Now, all of a sudden, and it's not all of a sudden, we know how this works, how our comp plan works. Now you made a binary bonus. You made a BIP. You made a binary income for that first month, in month 4. You got 15 people in your organization though, on your team. And so on your 2 teams, you got 15 people. That is everybody getting one in 4 months. You just got your $100. Okay. Now the PIB, I'm not even gonna count. We counted it the first 3 months, but from here, I'm not even gonna count that. We're gonna just count what happened with the binary income per month. Every month, this is gonna take place. So watch what happens now. Watch what happens. In month 5, because everybody got their one, you now have 31 people. Now you get a binary bonus of $200 that month. That ain't bad. I ain't mad with it. Come on. That's for the month, by the way. Because we talk income for the week, and that's great, but this is monthly. Okay, everything is monthly here. So just hold on with me. I think you're gonna like it though, how it all shakes out. So watch. Month 6, you now have 63 people in your organization, in your downline. 63 people. Everybody only have done one. Everybody's only made one call a day. They have only signed up one person a month. You now, in 6 months, you got 63 people. You're making $500 a month. Now, you say, well, that's not a whole lot of money, but the 100, 200, and 500 may not be a whole lot of money, but I guarantee you can use it. And I know some people that can use it and would help them a great deal. So for some people, that's a car note. So, it helped pay their car note. So that took their car note off of their paycheck. And now they don't have to pay that anymore because they know they got $500 coming in every month. That is pretty nice. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys are following. Give me a thumbs up out there if y'all following with me. Let me know that you are tracking right now. Need to know that you're tracking. All right, good, excellent. Thank you for the confirmations. Thank you. All right, great. All right, good. So now watch this. Now it it just gets, it's as one person said, it gets gooder and gooder. Month 7, you now got 127 people. Now your binary income is $1,000 a month. Now, listen, I know if 500 could help you, I know the 1,000 can help you. All we're doing is compounding. We're only doing one. It's the old thing, will you take $1 million or will you take a penny that doubles every day for 30 days? If I give you $1 million, will you take the $1 million up front or will you take the penny that doubles every day for 30 days? I would suggest you take the penny, okay? All right, because of the compounding aspect. And all we have done now is compound with one person per month. Nobody is sweating here, if you will. There is no sweat going on here. This thing is so amazing that we really get ready to have some real good fun here in a moment here. So in month 8, you can't see that. Well, I'm glad I didn't go live so that I can move that down. Now in month 8, you got 255 people in your organization and you're making $2,000 a month. Now, again, this is in 8 months. This is in 8 months, ladies and gentlemen. All you have done is sponsored 8 people. You personally have sponsored 8 people. Now, I want you to think about something. I could have said this at month 6. But now what the leader has told you to do is to find you 6 people. Well, you now have found 8. You now have found 8. And so your power of 6 can jump into play as well as you train your people. But right now, all you have done personally, you sponsored 8 people. Everybody under you have sponsored one person a month. So everybody under you most of them already have 5 all of them from 2, 3, 4, and 5. They all are close to their power of 6 as well. Okay, so you see what's happening. All they did was get one. All they did was get one. Now, so let's keep rolling. Okay, let me move this down. Okay, in month 9, notice in month 9, 511 people in your organization. 511 people. That is phenomenal. 511 people. So you're making $4,000 per month. Okay, now that's pretty nice. But ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen right now is what makes me really excited about this, because if you can map out 10 months, if you can map out 10 months of your life and say, I'm going to go after this thing hard for the next 10 months. And if you take on this plan, just this plan, this one a month, ladies and gentlemen, listen, whoa, we will have brought you to 10,000 a month. Look at the exponential growth. Look at that compounding, what happened in month 10. You went from 511 people to 1,021, and you're now making $10,000 a month. Now, we talk about that you can hit that in a week. We show you how the Power of Six shows you that. Come on, you can get there in a week. But for many people, it's hard for them to wrap their mind around that kind of income or possibility of income, because we've been dumbed down so far that we've been trained to work for somebody else and make them rich rather than work for ourselves to make ourselves rich. We've been totally dumbed down. So I'm showing you how you can get there in 10 months, one person a month, everybody doing the same exact thing, and get to $10,000 per month. Now that's 10 months. That's just 10 months. So I don't know about you, but I want you to see also, we made one call a day for 15 minutes. Now I want you to look on the right-hand side of this screen where my pointer is. You have personally sponsored, you have personally signed up 10 people over 10 months. That's what you've done. You spent 7.5 hours per month on the phone. You spent 75 hours in 1 month, in 10 months. You spend less than working a full week on a job. You spend less than working a full week on a job. Less than two 40-hour weeks. Come on, less than 2 40-hour weeks. 2 40-hour weeks is 80 weeks. You spend less than that in 10 weeks, and you're making 10,000 a month. Now, if you can tell somebody this principle, my father, this is amazing. You spend 7 hours a month, 75 hours seven hours, 7.5 hours per month. That's what you're basically doing. And in 10 months, you got 75 hours. My goodness. That's all you've done. And somebody tell me they don't have time to do that. To potentially have 10,000 a month additional income in their life? Okay, come on. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Took away all the excuses. But I know you would probably want to know, this is 10 months. What would happen in a year? What would happen in 12 months? So let's look at that number right now. Let's see what that is. Woo. In 12 months, in 11 months, it's 15,000 a month. And in 12 months, 25,000 a month. We tell you how to get to $25,000 in a week through the binary. And that's where it maxes out. Here, I'm showing you how to get to $25,000 in a month. I know for many people, if they got to $25,000 in a month, matter of fact, if they got to 10,000 a month, they will not be working a regular secular job or some kind of job. They will be gone from that job just because they're making the 10,000. But at 15,000, I know they probably gone, and 25,000, they definitely gone. But now, over the year time, you spent 90 hours on the phone at 7.5 hours a month. You sponsored 12 people. You have doubled the Power of Six. You got 2 Power of Sixes in 12 months. 12 months. Matter of fact, most people that talks about networking in this way, they talk about the fact that you really need to give it 2 years to function right. Most people want something quick. They want a get-rich-quick scheme. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to wait the time. They're in such need. But if you could just decide to, okay, I'm going to work this and I'm going to work it right for a year, look at the potential. Now, I guarantee you, I guarantee you that this chart is wrong. What I mean by that, there's going to be somebody in your organization that's going to grab hold of this principle and every other principle we're sharing, and they're going to be what we would call a rock star in this thing. They're going to explode. So, but somebody in that that's in your downline going to explode, and in that explosion, you're going to go way past these numbers. But these numbers work, and if you can just decide, that I'm going to put the effort in to make sure these numbers work, just one person, you yourself, it may go past 12. You may go. Many of us on here that got far more than 12 in our personal matching bonus line one. We got far more than 12. But at the same time, listen, this principle will work for everybody in the way that I'm saying. And if you get that person that goes wild with this, you go, yeah, go on, keep going, enjoy yourself. But now everybody that comes in, what are you doing? You are duplicating. You're training them to do one. You give them the same information. You give them the same tools. This is what you got to do. Now, in our group, which is called the Kabosh group, which means to subdue. It's a Hebrew word for subdue. So we're subduing everything under us. But they have to be accountable to me. So what they type in in the Telegram group, every day they write MMC, made my call. The MMC stand for made my call. And that's all I want to know. I don't need to know who you call. I just want to know that you made your call. Just type in the group. They type in the group, made my call. So the other thing is be accountable to somebody so that you can make your call, but then get your people to become accountable to you that they made their call. And if they made their call, then they're leading them to the Zoom call. Now, I can tell you, it is too many of us in this particular organization, under Vidita, under Ken, that our Zoom calls are too small. Our Zoom calls are too small. Why? Because we're not leading them to the Zoom call. You must lead your people to the Zoom call. Why? Because that's the synergy. They need to be a part of something that when they come on, they go, wow, it's 500 people on here. People want to be a part of something that's moving. People want to be a part of something that has momentum. So
thank you for saying that, Bishop. I agree with that.
Yeah, no question about it, because that's what has to happen. But if you're leading your people to the Zoom call, if you're calling them and you're saying, "Hey, I need you to check this out," that's what's supposed to be happening. Matter of fact, the 2 calls should be 3 calls. It's supposed to be more than. It's supposed to be so many calls going on that we can't hardly keep up. Okay, and even if you have your own calls, that even though I have a call, that's not a problem. I still tell my team in Telegram. I put it out every time there is another call. Make sure that they can get on the call, because they may have somebody that can get on that night. They might talk to somebody. They might make their call, and that person can get on that night. And they may say, well, how do I find more about that? Well, there's a call tonight. Would you like to jump on with me? Okay. Make sure you say with me. Okay. I will be on the call with you. And when the call is over, I will call you to see what you think. Okay. Make sure you know that. So that's all, Vidita. Come on with me.
All right, Bishop. I'm telling you, that right there is so simple. And I hope many people can relate to that. I mean, there are people that I work with every single day that, they, like you said, they feel overwhelmed because they're already busy, right. Or they feel like they have to learn something. My question to you is, I don't know if you said this, but do they really need to learn a whole lot?
Not at all. It's already been done.
It's already done.
Yeah, you leverage everyone. You leverage all of the people that's come before you, information. You leverage them. You don't need to invent anything, make up anything. Mm-hmm. You keep it the same way. That's why all of our meetings sound virtually the same. There's some nuances, and there should be, but because we got to make it personal, a little personal, but you got to keep it simple. And
the other thing is, when someone asks you a question, This two things. We're told to, I'm glad I'm glad you asked that question, but I'm gonna tell you something. Here's a site that really is going to really answer that question for you. However, the other thing you can do, it depends on the question. I want to introduce you to someone who has been doing this for a little bit longer than me, and I know they can answer your question. Could you hold on for a second?
Yes.
Because normally, most of you know me, unless I'm in the middle of a Zoom or something, I try to pick up, even, and sometimes I have my phone on vibrate, don't hear, but especially if you tell your sponsor, hey, I'm going to be following up with this person right after the call. Could you be available if I called you? That way they know to look for that call for you. Be respectful of people's time, but yes, have them right there so that because you're new, you probably not going to know how to answer their calls. Okay. So there's a couple of things, Bishop, that was incredible. There's a couple of things that I want to point out to some people. I think I have your I think I have your PowerPoint up as well. I want to share a couple of things that let me see, when you got to a certain point, and because I know what's probably gone through some people's minds. See, you might not feel like, like you said, okay, I've been in 7 months, even though I brought in 7 people, $1,000 a month. I thought y'all was making a lot of money in this. Well, let me share this with you. Keep in mind, Bishop has made this real simple. He's only talking about your team. He's only talking about the volume that your team has generated. He's not talking about the spillover. Say, for example, if this was his organization, the people that he's bringing on board, there are people above him. There's people above him that you're going to benefit from the spillover. So it's not just these, like in this case, 127 people. There are other people that are falling below you. So this binary is going to be bigger. He's just being conservative and showing you the numbers that reflect the people that you and the people that you have brought on are contributing to this binary. So it's
Vanita, please please don't lose your point. But I had to tell you, someone sent me a text. One of my newest people that's doing really well sent me a text and said, so could you tell me who are all these people under me? And I said, oh, that's the spillover.
That's the benefit. That's the beauty of that binary.
And I said,
you're not going to even know where these people came from.
Yeah,
you're not going to know where these. Yeah, you're not going to know where these people came from.
That's right.
But and so the volume that is generated from all those people and all the orders that they're placing, they have points associated with it, and you get paid on that. That's why it's so important for you to stay active. Now, let me see what else I wanted to say. Here's something else that I heard Bishop say, and I just want to reinforce this. He talked about having them to duplicate what you just did. In other words, don't just bring a person in and let them and just say, hey, just get on the call. No. Teach them what to do, because it's not fair. It's not fair for you to bring a person in and just hang them out to dry and they don't know what to do. We're only talking about one person a month that you brought in anyway. So many people, I see there's some superstars with regard to enrolling on our team. But the thing is that of course, we know that everybody's not going to duplicate. That is why this is what is important. Just because you brought that person in, or that second, or every time, just because you brought a person in that month, does not mean that person's going to duplicate. Most of them will not duplicate. But this is what I like to say, you're trying to get them to agree to duplicate. See, that's what the Power of 6 is all about. When I say 6 people, that does not mean you only enroll 6 people. It means you found the right 6 people who are willing to duplicate. And the reason I say 6, and I started out that Power 6 talking about getting 6, in a week and all that kind of stuff. And people do that, but that is only because the Power 6 is based on not making a call every day. That's not what it's based on. The Power 6 is based on doing a launch call. You have heard me say that. When you get started, if you make that list like Bishop said, I'm encouraging, the Power 6 is saying, get all these, go through those lists. And he also said, call them, let them hear the energy and excitement in your voice, but and ask them, could you get on a call with me? Let's say today is Wednesday. Could you get on a call with me on Friday around 6 o'clock. I've got a very knowledgeable person about this technology, and I really don't want you to miss it because you commit to 30 minutes of your time. That's a way of compressing time. So here's two thoughts that we can, two train of thoughts. One is to make a call every day, or how often it's going to take you to get that one person, because you might get more than one a month, but that is calling somebody every day. However, the other train of thought is call 30 people. I'm just giving a number, an average number of 30 right away within 72 hours of the time that you got started, so that you can get it out of the way. And then we start duplicating, and then you start seeing more money quicker. Now, it's to you, but what he is showing you is that that you're going to get to a lot of money if you could just do the minimum. Just get one person in a month, but you won't even get one if you don't make the call. So I like that system of putting in the chat, MMC made my call. I like that because it is a good accountability. Last thing I want to say to piggyback on what you said, Bishop, is that all of this, you said this is all about mindset. We talk about mindset all the time in this call, but we also, I think you were my special guest on the call. We talked about vision. So this right here gives you vision. It lets you know where you're going. Where are you going? You're going to 25,000 a month just in the binary? Okay, you guys listen. And you can make 25,000 a week if he was to take that to, I don't know what you got up your sleeve, Bishop, when it comes to 15 months. I don't know what the money looks like. Probably a whole lot. But you guys listen. I want you to know we got the best product, in my opinion, on earth. If you're talking about optimal health, we've got the best company. We are the number one. That means something. You have all the ammunition you need to close somebody. But if you still don't feel comfortable just by making a call and following up, and always just make sure that you have somebody with you. And this is the other thing I want to encourage everybody to do. Write this website down, digitalalliance101.com. People ask me all the time, where do you find those testimonies? Well, if you go to digitalalliance101.com and go to testimonies, you will see probably 50 or 60 testimonies that Ken Robinson has taken his time to capture those testimonies from the calls we did. Most of the time when I'm talking to a person, either on a three-way or someone that I'm just talking to for myself, I'm going to at least give 3 or 4 testimonies, because I already know what's going to happen when I give them the testimony. It's raising their curiosity. Learn testimonies. If I was talking about, don't feel like you need to know so much, but this is one thing you do need to know, I feel, is you need to know some testimonies, because the testimonies is what closes people. That's what makes them want the patch. I was talking to a gentleman a couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, and as I was talking, he said, oh, there's another person I just thought of, and he hadn't even signed up yet, but he was busy writing people's names down just because of the testimonies. He knew that these people could relate to those testimonies. So what I want to see was, did I write something else? Oh, by the way, back one more thing I just want to add to the fact that, yes, this right here, I wanted you all to see this, because so many people say, oh, I mean, you can bring a lot of people in, or all these people can bring a lot of people. No, you don't have to bring a lot of people in. You just have to be committed to following a process, a simple process, and you need to be excited about this. If you're not excited about it, you're not going to bring nobody in anyway. Okay. So Bishop, is there something else you wanted to add to what you've already said?
No, I think that's a great recap. I appreciate that. That's great. That's good to bring out those points. Those points are fine.
And also, you guys, Bishop Jackson, because of the incredible job that he has done, and the people in Fayetteville, Miss Gwen Millsap and her team up there, they have done such an incredible job that Steve and Gina Merritt are going to be at his church. Was it June the 8th?
June the 8th starting at noon.
That's not this, okay,
not
this Saturday, not the next Saturday, but the following Saturday, 3 Saturdays from now. And he's going to pack the church. It's going to be packed out, y'all. It's going to be some excitement up in there. I know he's got people coming down from Virginia, people coming from Fayetteville, people coming from who knows. Me and Harvey are going to drive up there. So Charlotte, North Carolina is on the map.
They're coming from Detroit.
Jackson. Hmm?
People coming from Detroit.
Oh, people coming from Detroit.
Yes.
Okay, see, you see, Bishop ain't playing. You know how he was talking about, now you talking about busy. And see, that's why I don't, it is a choice. This is a choice. I don't know nobody that could possibly be that much busier than you, Bishop. This bishop has 12 churches. Okay. Can you imagine how much work it is to have one church? He has 12 churches. And he's always going to conferences, always speaking at conferences. He's writing books. You know, this man sees this. He sees it. And that's what I'm talking about, vision. So here's the question. What do you have do you have a big vision? If you have a huge vision, then you're in the right place at the right time, because we have a big vision on this call. We want to help you all. I really want you all to move. I want to see more people move faster. Just like he said, those calls, it should be 500 people on a call. Tim Jacobs, are you trying to ask a question? Because I see your hand is raised and I see your video is on. Are you raising your hand to ask a question? Tim? Hey, Tim. He stopped the video.
Sorry about
wanting
that.
to ask?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay, got you. Your hand was raised and your video was going. So does anybody have a question for myself or Bishop Jackson before we end this call? You can then just unmute yourself and ask the question. This is an incredible, I mean, I love numbers, y'all. Y'all know I love numbers. And if you're one of those people that want to run, let's do you a launch call. I mean, and so we can get as many people, just line up 1 or 2 launch calls for yourself so that you can get as many people in as quickly as possible. And then your money is going to come faster. Okay, but if no one has any questions, we're going to end the call tonight. But I want to thank you, Bishop, for taking time out of your busy schedule. And I see your lovely wife, your Andrew, made it to the call as well. And so thankful for everybody else that made it to the call. This call has been recorded, and you will receive it in very soon. So thank you all for your time, and we'll see you all tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Eastern on our team West Coast opportunity call. You know, people out in the California area, get them on the 10 o'clock Eastern. It'll be 7 o'clock Pacific. Thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk soon.